How can we communicate and not fall foul of the law? Now, we have arms, bright coloured material to make flags, and the knowledge of history. If we're looking to communicate across the town, which is a sensible distance, then climb up on the roof with flags at pre-arranged times and use semaphore. Put up a flagpole and have a series of flags with a code what only you and people in your particular group know. So then, say the government's coming, going after weaponry, you can run flags up the flagpole warning your friends in your group what's going down so they can stash more. Also, stash a few bits with each other so they can be stashed with theirs. That way you keep more. Think ahead, think of a group. A flagpole on the top of connected to the top of the house, and a pair of decent binoculars or even a decent rifle scope could pick out those flags from a mile, 2 miles away. With them being brightly patterned, it'd be relatively obvious which ones they were, because you'd make sure no two were the same. That way you could send up messages from, "Can I have a cup of tea? You coming round? I'll come round." To, "Wow man, it's really bad over this end, could do with a bit of backup." To, "Oh, it's a G-man, stash your guns, he's after him." All these things and more can be carried out with simple flags. All you need is your own code for them. And when you've got your code, don't put it here. Keep it to your friends who want to have that code. Teach each other in person. Work it out together. That way, it's all private messages. To anybody who doesn't know the particular code you're using, they could come up with something totally wrong. In fact, they would. Because only you know what each flag means. Which each combination means. By you in this term, I mean you and your group. So think of that as a way of communication. If you're thinking shortwave radio, such as CB or ham radio, yeah, you may be able to get a bit further than the flags, but it can be intercepted. Flags cannot be intercepted. They can be seen, but their code can't be broken. With the semaphore, it could be seen, it could be understood if you use a classic semaphore, but you can convey longer messages, all of which could be useful, and it's only really effective in line of sight. So if they're not in the exact line, it won't exactly look right to them. Quite easy to make a mistake. These are just two ways you could communicate with SHTF. And if you're thinking, yeah, but what if I want to send the messages further? Town to town, say. Well, it depends on your area, but it'd be possible to make a tower with the arms, which would do exactly the same job, but it would relay the messages over a greater distance. Now you may think this idea is crazy, but bear in mind, in England there used to be a semaphore tower every 20 miles. which could communicate messages across the country, which before that would take days, in a matter of half an hour. It works. A bit tricky, a bit technical, but it is a way of communicating over distances which is not covered by any current law, because it is not blocking up signals, it is not using radio channels, it's all just flags and masts. Thanks for your time and see you later.